My great-grandfather and his peers, the founders of Zionism, were brilliant in the sense that they saw that Europe is turning violent in its relationship to the Jews. This is no news, because Europe was always after its Jewish minority. It's difficult for us to imagine it now. We have so many European diplomats sitting here. But for centuries, for a millennium, Jews were Europe's other. Jews were the ones that Europe could not find a way to live with. But that was old problem with the Jews, old anti-Semitism. That was Christian religious-based anti-Semitism. The surprise was that the new Europe that was emerging, much more secular, much more well-educated, much more enlightened, that new Europe developed a hate for the Jews that was even more dangerous, based on nationalism, not on religion. Herzl saw that in the Dreyfus trial in Paris, and that was his great shock, that in France, the capital of enlightenment, people stand and shout in such a way about that miserable, sad Jewish officer. But the genius, it's not that my great-grandfather and Herzl and their friends knew there will be an Auschwitz. But when you look at it, what they did was to preempt Auschwitz. 40, 50 years before, they realized that the Jews of Eastern Europe and Central Europe will face existential danger. They thought it'll be some sort of mega pogrom. They didn't know there will be gas chambers. But the fact that these people led an endeavor that is so dramatic, it's the most dramatic revolution one can imagine, to take a people from one continent to another, to establish a nation, to revive a language, to create a home for homeless people, because they realized that there is physical danger ahead. And if you see that, you see what genius and what justification there was to Zionism. It was a race against time to save European Jewry. Then they had another notion, and that is that while Jews are in jeopardy in the East, in East Europe, Jews in the West face a different danger. They said that if we are to maintain non-Orthodox Jewish civilization, there needs to be a place that is the anchor of Jewish modern secular identity. So these were the two brilliant ideas that actually brought my great-grandfather and his peers to Palestine. But then there was the flaw. And the flaw was that they could not see there were other people there. The flaw was that my Victorian great-grandfather comes to Palestine in his Thomas Cook tour, riding with carriages throughout the country, and he doesn't see the Palestinians. His need to create a home for his people is so deep, so great, that he would not see that there is another people there.